Hey there, fellow wedge shavers. Brian here with the Wedge Shave Experience. Thank you for tuning into today's video. Today's video we're going to be using, as previewed if you saw my unboxing, Noble Otter's Neon Sun. Really cool label on this one. You can see kind of how the light reflects off of the, like you can see the sunglasses and all of these little pink and purple suns on there. Really cool label. I love their side labels. They always have a great side label. Because I put my soap in my drawer like this, so it's really nice to see a side label on there. And then the other thing I really like about their side labels is they always put their scent notes on here. So this is scent notes of lime, bergamot, oak moss, patchouli, and musk. That's what's in here. And then you've got your list of ingredients and so forth there. I do have the matching splash that goes with that. I am using the SmilezforMilez brush. I didn't realize when I bought this, I thought I didn't have a purple brush. It looked really cool. I bought this to the razor company. He did a drop in a collaboration with Jason at the razor company. So it's got Miles coin on there. This is a synthetic brush, but the purple actually ended up going with a lot of stuff in terms of like just colors and everything else and matching the labels. So we are all lathered up here in the Lancaster bowl. There you go, Lancaster Shave Works. So for a razor today, I have a razor that Matt, my buddy Matt, loaned me. So this razor's on loan. So very, very much appreciated. This also, I saw you commented on my unboxing that the Neon Sun unprecedentedly got here fast from Michigan. Matt is in Michigan as well, and his showed up pretty quickly too. I think he dropped it in the mail Tuesday and Monday or Tuesday, and it showed up yesterday. So that was really quick as well. So things are moving through the Postal Service. Never know, but got a couple of things pretty quickly yesterday. So I have it taken apart. So here's the handle, and then I thought I would show anybody that hasn't seen this. It's not a new razor, but this is the top cap and the base plate. I do like that the posts for the blade or the male parts are on the cap versus being on the base plate. I mentioned that yesterday, I think when I was talking about the Lupo, how I preferred that over what the Game Changer had, where the male parts that hold the blade actually stick up off the base plate, and so you have to put it on there and then get your base plate on. I like just being able to hold the top cap. So I'm going to use a Voskhod second use razor or second use blade. So I like to be able to just pop it on the cap, and then it lines up, and then I like to just be able to drop the base plate right on it. And then you can see this is the Rex. And it's got a serial number and everything on there, made in the USA. And then it's got an indentation in there, or it's recessed, I should say, in there where the handle is kind of thick at the top. And it actually, which is similar to the Blackland actually, where the razor handle goes into that recessed area there. So there we have it. All right, let's get into the shave. I'm gonna wet the face here. And we'll get started. Now I've heard this razor is a little bit more blade feely, toothy. So we'll see. As you know, if you've been watching my channel, I am more of a low blade feel kind of guy, at least at this point in my shaving. I really prefer a little less blade feel. I don't mind a little bit, you know, maybe medium, but when things are medium high to high, I just don't prefer those. I can get a shave with them sometimes. I did nick myself a few times with the Blackland Blackbird, and with the supply, I just couldn't figure that one out. I don't know if you call that aggressive. It had multiple plates, but anyways, let's get into the shave. So we are all lathered up. Usually when I'm applying my lather, I don't really scrub my face. I always shower before my shaves. So I do my shaves in the morning, and I always shower before my shaves. And so I don't really feel like I need to get that scrub going on. But I guess I could. I don't know if it prepares the whiskers any better. All right. So if you've seen any of my recent videos, you know we hit 500. So thank you very much. Again, welcome anybody that's new to the channel. Really a big thank you to those who've been around here for a while. I enjoy the dialogue that we have. So if you ever have a comment, please comment in the comments below. I usually am able to respond to those, maybe not the same day, but always within a couple of days. Usually, I try to stay on top of that stuff. So always get some good information from you guys. So really appreciate it. It's helped me learn a lot. And it's really nice to have that two-way sometimes. All right. So let's get started with this guy. So maybe we'll talk about, I don't know, should we talk about the soap first or the razor? Let's talk about the soap first, I guess. I get a, see if we can find the angle here. Yeah, not too bad. Doesn't feel as blade feely maybe initially here as I thought, but we'll find out in the second and third passes. Those were usually where I got nicked with the Blackbird. So anyways, the soap, like I said, the scent notes on this again are lime, bergamot, oak moss, patchouli, and musk. So off the soap, I definitely get a little bit of lime and citrus, but it's certainly not what I would call like a citrus bomb. So if you don't like those really in-your-face citrus scents, I don't think this is that. I think the lime is there, but it's pretty mild. Sometimes you can get that citrus from the bergamot as well. But again, I don't really get too much citrus. I feel like I'm getting mostly a lot of the base notes more than the top notes. And I think like the musk, the patchouli, I don't really get the patchouli much, but I think the oak moss and the musk are very forward to me in this scent. So if you like musky scents, they're not overly musky, don't get me wrong. But if you like kind of musky scents, I mentioned in my unboxing last night, because when I got to the splash, just gonna take it slow right here on the neck. And just kind of want to get a feel for this. All right, first pass done. Anyways, and I just have water in this. I just bought this off Amazon. I've seen a few guys use it, like IMCDB. Kind of nicely distributes, evenly distributes the water on your face in between passes. I put a link to that in the description. Just to the one I found, but there's many of them that you can get. They're like $6, $7, $8, something like that. But anyways, so I get like I think that the soap has a little bit more of the lime than the splash did actually. So I put if you watch my video, my unboxing, I put a little bit of the splash in the back of my hand last night just to kind of see how it smelled on my skin. And I let that settle out a little bit. And Definitely do not really, once it settles out, the citrus and the lime kind of disappears pretty quickly, and it settles into the base notes. And I think the base notes are a lot more oak moss, musky forward. To me, it reminds me of like there's a cologne vibe to it, to me. Like a kind of an old school cologne vibe. And I don't really know exactly what to compare it to, but that's just kind of what comes to my mind. My wife smelled it, she liked it. Her comment was, it still smells a little old manish. But that was just off the back of my hand, so we'll see today what she thinks once I actually shave with it and get it on my face. And of course, the Noble Otter base is a very, very good base. As always, and I just dropped the razor in the sink there. So I was going to pick this up. I was just going to mention some of the coolest labels in the business, honestly. I mean, they're not overly complicated. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean, they're not simplistic, but they're just really well done. I do like how this is also kind of tapered off. I don't know if you can see that. So it's kind of rounded. So there's no tab exposure. So the blade is completely enclosed. So there's no tab exposure like you can get in some of the razors, like, you know, for example, the carve, the regular top cap, there's some overhang, which is fine, doesn't bother me. But you get the tab is completely enclosed in here. But I like how it tapers off on the sides here. That to me, it's kind of like the Lupo actually, I mentioned yesterday also. I think helps get around my nose area. The Voxgon blade's doing pretty good in here, I think. I think that blade's a little bit more mild, so I wanted to try it in here. Okay, 2 passes down so far, so we'll see. It is Friday today. Hopefully everybody had a good week this week. Hopefully all of you, man, I've seen some other stuff, how the flooding that's going on, even in other areas of the country, in the north, I think in the Northeast and everything. So hopefully all of you are staying safe and you have a roof over your heads. Thoughts go out to everybody affected by the storm and everything else going on out there. The COVID is rampant. Stay safe. Kids are starting back to school. I'm a little worried. My daughter is going into 1st grade, so she's only 6. So she's not eligible to get vaccinated yet based on her age. And Oregon starts school pretty late, so she starts on Friday, the 10th, and I think with the Delta variant, kids are getting more affected than before, and so I do worry about her going back to school, getting exposed, and what all that's going to mean. But at the same time, last year kindergarten on the pad was not fantastic either, so we shall see. Fingers crossed. I'll feel a lot more comfortable when the vaccine, when they get approval for the 5 and over. My son will be 5 in February, so I don't expect they're going to get their approval probably till this winter anyways. You know, as far as the blade feel, I mean, it's there, but to me, it actually, oh, I don't want to jinx myself, but because we haven't finished the shave yet, but I think that this is maybe slightly more mild than what I felt the Blackbird to be. Yeah, I think it is a little less aggressive, a little less blade feel. It's always like right up in here and then right in here. Those are the two toughest areas for me. And then we'll just do a little cleanup, sideways cleanup. Some hairs that grow in some weird directions right here and right here. So it's almost like for me, my second pass is kind of against the grain on my neck, which is why I go up instead of across. And then my third pass, I kind of am trying to get, so when I kind of mapped my hair, I just have some weird, odd growth in all that area. And so that's just kind of how I started shaving it. You can hear that the razor's still picking up some hairs. And then this jawline is always a little tougher. All right. Okay, well, we managed to get through the first Rex Envoy shave with no nicks or cuts. Look at that. Still a little blade feel, but I would say successful for a shave. Not quite as comfortable as, like, I still felt like I needed to pay attention to the blade and the razor versus being kind of on cruise control like I can do with my 6S on a 3 plate or my carb on a B or C plate or the Mercury 34C. I can just use those almost without like thinking about it. Where this, I had to think a little bit more about it. You know, the blade definitely reminded me that it was there, but it wasn't overly aggressive. So I'm gonna rinse the face. You know, the question really for me too is that, you know, could it be a daily driver? Because I think there are razors out there that, you know, if they're a little bit more blade feely for me or a little bit more aggressive, I might be able to use them every few days. But if I use them regularly every day, because I just shave Monday through Friday, I don't usually shave on the weekends. But if I use them Monday through Friday, by the end of the week, my skin would start to kind of feel a little irritated and potentially raw in some areas, even though I might not be showing any outward nicks or cuts or bleeding or, you know, rashes or anything like that. So this might be kind of one of those razors. I probably won't shave again with it until Monday. So it'll be interesting to get like 2 or 3 days in a row with this one and kind of see how that does. All right, we got the matching splash. Every time I look at this, I know it's Neon Sun, but I get the Black Hole Sun song in my mind. All right. Yeah, as yesterday, when I put it on the back of my hand, I'm not getting a lot of the citrus or lime on the splash. Definitely much less so than I did off the whiff off the tub of soap. I think I definitely get more of the musk and the oak moss and some bergamot in there on the splash. I definitely don't get a lot of lime or citrus on this at all. So there you go, folks. Shade for the day, Neon Sun. I think it's a good set, and we'll see how it settles out on the skin and what the wife thinks. If she thinks it's old manish after this, you know, that's not a good sign for me. But we'll see how it goes. But definitely a nice scent. If you like those types of scents, this could be right up your alley. But I'll probably just keep it anyways because I love the labels. So regardless of how that turns out. All right, thanks for tuning in. A little longer video today with a new razor that I'm borrowing the den. Again, thanks Matt for loaning that out to me. Look forward to putting it through a few more paces in the next couple of weeks. Thanks for tuning in, folks, and we'll see you soon on the channel.